Stop for a moment. There is something strange about the world that most people never notice. We spend our lives fighting others, competing with others, judging others, trying to defeat others. But what if the greatest discovery a human being could make is that there are no others? Mr. Alien once believed the same illusion most people believe. He thought the world was divided, me and them, us and them, winners and losers. He thought power meant domination. He thought strength meant defeating enemies. But life has a way of teaching lessons that no teacher can explain. Pain began to visit him. Betrayal, loss, loneliness, moments where he felt completely misunderstood by the world. And at first, he resisted it, like most people do. He asked the same questions everyone asks. Why is this happening to me? But one night, something strange happened. Instead of running from the pain, he observed it, silently, carefully. And what he discovered in that moment changed everything. He noticed something disturbing. The pain he felt when someone hurt him was the same pain he once caused someone else. The anger he received from the world was the same anger he once gave to the world. And suddenly, a realization hit him like lightning. The world was not separate from him. The world was reflecting him. He began watching people more closely, their fears, their anger, their insecurities, and slowly he understood something most humans never realize. Every person he met was simply another version of himself. Different face, different story, but the same consciousness, looking through different eyes. That was the moment his mind broke free from the oldest illusion on earth, the illusion of separation. And when that illusion collapsed, everything changed. He no longer saw enemies. He saw wounded versions of himself. He no longer saw strangers. He saw mirrors. And suddenly the way he moved through the world began to change. Because if the person in front of you is another form of you, then harming them is harming yourself. But something even deeper happened next. Mr. Alien realized something even more powerful. This consciousness was not only inside humans, it was inside everything. The trees, the wind, the animals, the silence of the night. The universe was not a collection of separate objects. It was a single living system, and every part of it was connected, including him, including you. And the moment he understood this, something inside him unlocked. Because when you realize you exist in everything, and everything exists in you, you begin to move through life differently. You speak differently. You treat people differently. You treat the world differently. But most importantly, you treat yourself differently. And that was the moment Mr. Alien became something the world could no longer control. Because a man who understands this truth cannot be manipulated, cannot be broken, cannot be stopped. But what happened next was even more powerful, because the way he started living after this discovery made him almost unstoppable. But before we continue, if you feel something inside you awakening while listening to this, then you are already part of the alien philosophy. Subscribe to the channel, because what you are about to hear next might completely change the way you see yourself and the world. After that realization, Mr. Alien made a decision. A decision that sounded simple, but changed the direction of his life forever. He decided to treat everything as he would treat himself. Not as a moral rule, not as religion, but as logic. If the same consciousness lives in every being, then kindness is not generosity, it is intelligence. Because whatever you send into the world eventually finds its way back to you. So he started experimenting with this truth. When someone insulted him, he responded with calm, not weakness, clarity. Because he understood something most people miss. People do not attack you because you are weak. They attack because they are wounded. And fighting wounded people only spreads the wound further. So instead of reacting, He observed, and something strange began to happen. Situations that normally created conflict began dissolving. Angry people calmed down. Hostile environments softened. Doors opened. Opportunities appeared. It was as if the universe itself began cooperating with him. And slowly he understood the deeper law behind it. The world mirrors your internal state. Most people walk through life full of resistance. They fight everything. They fight circumstances. They fight people. They fight reality itself. And because of that, reality fights back. But Mr. Alien stopped fighting. Instead, he aligned himself with life. He moved with awareness. He treated strangers with respect, animals with gentleness, nature with gratitude, even silence with reverence. And something extraordinary happened. The more harmony he gave to the world, the more power the world gave back to him. Not power of control, but power of influence. The kind of power that makes people trust you, follow you, respect you, listen when you speak. Because people can feel when someone is not operating from ego, but from something deeper, and that energy cannot be faked. That was the moment Mr. Alien understood another secret. True power does not come from dominating others. It comes from mastering yourself. Once you master your reactions, your emotions, your perception of reality, the world loses its ability to control you. Because the greatest prison humans live in is their own mind. But Mr. Alien was no longer trapped there. He became aware of thoughts, aware of emotions, aware of the silent intelligence behind existence itself. And when a person reaches that level of awareness, fear begins to lose its power. Pain becomes a teacher. Rejection becomes redirection. Failure becomes information. And suddenly life stops being an enemy. It becomes a partner. That is why the world could no longer stop him. Not because he became stronger than everyone else, but because he stopped being in conflict with life itself. And when you stop fighting the universe begins fighting for you. But here is the most important part of this story. This discovery was never meant only for Mr. Alien. It was meant for you. Because the same consciousness that awakened inside him is already inside you, waiting for the moment you stop believing the illusion that you are small, the illusion that you are powerless, the illusion that you are separate from the world. You are not. You are a fragment of something far greater than you realize. And the moment you truly understand that, your life will begin to change in ways you cannot imagine. But the real question is this: will you continue living the old way? Or will you awaken like Mr. Alien did? If this message spoke to something deep inside you, then let your voice be heard. Comment below, "I am part of the Alien philosophy," and subscribe to this channel, because this is only the beginning. There are truths about the human mind, the universe, and your hidden power that most people will never discover. But here, we explore them together. Welcome to Alien Philosophy.